Good evening and welcome to episode 16 of A Case of the Blues. I'm Case, and if you're tuning in, like, subscribe, jump in the comments, share if you can, all of that, much appreciated. Now, I was not expecting to do this late. I've just spent the last 5 hours in the hospital with my young daughter who hurt herself, but she's now okay. Don't worry, don't panic, all good. So I missed the Arsenal game that I wanted to watch, and I also missed the drumming that Tottenham handed out to Man City at home. Madness. Well, away at the Etihad. Mental. So I got a lot of that to catch up with. But yeah, let's talk about Leicester 1, Chelsea 2, and I'm very happy. Very, very happy with that result. A little bit unfortunate with the penalty at the end. Obviously, Lavia, little bit clumsy, you could say. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I just think he got a little bit unlucky. He treads on the back of the guy's foot, and it was a lovely bit of play from Mavadidi. He came on and made a big difference for Leicester. Not quite sure why he's not playing. He was a pivotal player last season in their campaign, so I'm a bit surprised that he doesn't play. He came on and could have potentially had a penalty himself. If it was me, I'd be calling that if that was my team. And then obviously, yeah, he plays the ball through to was it Reed, who wins a penalty off Lavia, and they score it. So okay, we didn't get the clean sheet, which I'd have loved to have had, but at the end of the day, a good 3 points after a international break, which can always be a little bit of a stop in momentum and stuff like that. And to be fair, we needed a W. In our last 5 games. We've won 1 game. Now that's 2-6. So you know what I'm saying. Let's use that, move forward, and build the momentum from that. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with that result today. Not only because it's the 3 points, but just the way we went about it. For the first 35 minutes in that game, Leicester had nothing for us. You could say Leicester were playing poor. I think they were playing poor, but we was very dominant, very, very dominant. We pressed high, we kept the ball well, we recycled it when we needed to. We didn't do anything silly, nothing rash. We made good choices, and we pretty much played in their half for that whole 35 minutes. It was only when the ball came down to our goal and we started including Sanchez in the build-up play that we started looking a bit ropey and a little bit panicky at the back. Now, we'll get on Sanchez towards the end of this stream, but yeah, 35 minutes of complete and utter dominance from us. Leicester didn't even get the ball in our half. And obviously, we scored a goal and we go 1-0 up. An absolutely fantastic finish from Jackson, and he done really well from start to finish for that goal. The ball's cleared long. Badia Shill, who we'll touch on in a minute, clears it long. Jackson brings it down. He continues to try and hassle Fass. Sorry, he does that. Fass can't clear it. It drops to Enzo, who dinks it to Jackson. Nice little dink. And the touch, if you go rewatch that, the touch is brilliant. Takes the ball away from, I think it's Okoli. And then what a finish. Great little tidy finish. That's 1-0. Jackson really starting to show why there's faith in him and why Enzo Maresca is persistent with starting him. And fair play, a brilliant finish. Before we continue with the rest of the game, let's just talk about the lineups to start with. It was Sanchez in goal, which is understandable. Cucurella, Badiashile, Colwell, and Fofana. Now, I was a little bit surprised when I saw that lineup because I was thinking, where's Gusto? Obviously, we know about the Reece James news, which is obviously devastating for all Chelsea fans, but it ain't looking good for Reece James. I'll be honest with you. As sad as it is, I mean, we all want him to be fit. We all want him to be playing. But at the end of the day, if he's only lasting 2.5 games before he picks up a knock and he has to be waylaid for another month or so, it's something that we don't, all of us don't want to think about. But I think the reality of the situation is, and I'm sure Chelsea will make the right decision to benefit the club is that I think we've got to start looking at a backup option for potentially Gusto. I think Gusto is good enough to come into the 11, but there needs to be some form of competition for him at that right back position, because I feel for Reece James, but it's been so long without a consistent run of games where, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to be the one to say, oh, no, get someone else in, get rid of all that. But I wouldn't get rid, but I'd certainly be thinking about a backup option for Gusto, because we're not getting any consistency out of him. And he's supposed to be our captain as well, which is another hard thing. But you know what? Hopefully all is well. He's got a scan next week, so fingers crossed it comes back and we can get him back to his best. So yeah, I was a bit. I didn't realise Gusto had also picked up a knock in the international break. I thought Maresca had come back and said that everybody was injury free, so Gusto didn't start. And then that obviously meant that Badiashile also come in, and obviously I'm thinking, oh no, not Badiashile for the season that he's had so far. I didn't like the look of that, but anyway, he starts. Then we had Enzo in the centre midfield with Caicedo. Now there was a little bit of questioning whether them two would start because they come back late during the week, but they started. Didn't mind that. I know Lavia picked up a knock in his last game, and then didn't play for the internationals, so I wasn't expecting him to start. All about game management. And then we had João Felix on the left, Palmer in the centre, and Madueke on the right. Obviously, the one in there that's a little bit of a surprise was João Felix. Obviously, you're expecting Neto, but Neto also picked up a knock during the international break, so he was rested. He wasn't even on the bench. So João Felix came in, and then obviously we had Nico Jackson up top. Now, I kind of knew before the game started, and I said it in my live stream, how we was going to play. We was going to have Cucurella inverting. João Felix would be the guy that's running around in the pockets, as well as Palmer trying to find the pocket. And then you've got, obviously, Enzo trying to make everything tick, and Madueke would stay more out on the wing. And that's what you saw throughout the game. You had Cucurella really doing the wing work for Felix, and Felix was running in the pockets. But yeah, we go 1-0 up from the Nicholas Jackson goal. As I said, really, really good finish. And yeah, we had a very dominant half, 35 minutes of absolute control. After that, we had a few ropey moments where I thought, you know what, I did think Ndidi could have scored, who should have been off, by the way. That fucking challenge was filth, absolutely filth. But obviously, the commentator Andy Townsend explained it afterwards. The referees made a decision for a yellow card, and the VAR have checked it, and they're not going to go back on his decision because, the ref's decision, they don't think it's a mistake. But if the ref had given a red card, they'd probably have allowed it as well. So, hey ho, if that's the way they want to explain it, the ref's got to do better there. Then, in my opinion, he should have been off. That's a filthy challenge right down the back of his Achilles. And there was a couple of challenges in that game throughout from Leicester, little naughty ones, leaving one in late. There was one on João Felix that was quite dangerous. It only resulted in a yellow card, but it is what it is. But anyway, we continue to play. It goes into the second half, and Leicester come out a little bit better than what they did in the first half. A little bit more on the ball, a little bit more intent. They didn't really show anything in the first half, I'll be honest with you. Not until like the last 5 minutes did they try to press us. So they come out differently in the second half. They did a little bit better. Mavididi come on, like I said, and made a difference. But then we get our second goal, and it's a good ball over the top from Cucurella. Header comes in for Nico Jackson. Good save from the goalkeeper, but it's not enough for the follow-up. Enzo with a header, and that's a goal and assist for Enzo. So let's talk about Enzo. Now, obviously, in the past streams, I've been getting onto him because I've questioned what does he actually bring to the team. Now, I appreciated what he done when he come on against Arsenal. Thought he was very good. Now, if he can maintain that standard, this is all we want, and that's what I've been trying to say. If he can maintain a standard where he's making an impact in the game, I'll be happy. I won't moan. Like today, I cannot complain. He had a very good game today. He got an assist, which I thought was a brilliant assist, and he got a nice goal at the end of it to top it off. So, well done, Enzo. Love that. You've got to keep that up. And now let's talk about Badiashile. Another one that I continually moan about and say is not good enough for this club. But today was the standard. I thought he had a fantastic game. In fact, I thought he was probably up there as man of the match. I thought he was brilliant from start to finish. No mistakes, no dopey moments, no silly little clumsy things that he normally does. There was probably one pass that he done where I thought he was under pressure anyway, he had to clear it. And do you know what? Very impressed today. So if he can maintain that standard, then I'll have no issues. No issues with the guys. Very happy with him today. Who else? Let's go through the actual lineup all the way through and who I thought. So Sanchez, I'll be honest with you, in the live stream, I was moaning at him again because of his lack of awareness when he's playing with his with the ball at his feet. He does this thing where he waits for the player to get real close to him before he tries getting the ball away. For me, you need to be quicker there, because what you're doing is you're allowing the attackers to set up against our defenders and close off and make it hard for our defenders. When the option is there, quickly move out your feet, pass it away, and stop our players from being under pressure for the next pass. But he doesn't. He always takes too long on the ball, or he'll always do that pass which you don't expect him to do, or you shouldn't be doing. So he does the one to Caicedo in the second half when he's got a man right behind him. And now Caicedo's under pressure. The ball goes out for a corner. Now you look at Caicedo there and go, what the fuck are you doing? But the reality is Sanchez doing the silly ball. And he does it so often. He does it every single game without foul. And he's under scrutiny as it is for the mistakes that he makes. And Maresca continues to back him. The club continue to back him. And that will be the sword that people die on if everything goes wrong. So in my opinion, we need to look at that position big time. Big time. In the grand scheme of things today, he didn't have much to do. He nearly saved the penalty, but he didn't have enough to do today. Left back Cucurella. I think the conversation of who the best left back in the league is it should be there now. It should be there. There's not, since January 2024, I haven't seen this guy have a bad game. I can't think of, well, I probably have, but I can't name one off the top of my head where I've said he's had a stinker. The conversation now needs to be had. Cucurella, best left back in the league. Tell me someone else who's better than him at the moment, and we'll have that debate. Levi Colwell, I thought he had a good game. Done the basics. You know, it didn't really have much to do. All of our defenders didn't really have much to do. There was only a period at times where they could have been a little bit better with playing it out of the back, in my opinion. When the press was happening, they have to be a little bit more press resistant and get the ball out there quickly. Badiashile, again, I think he was up there for one of our player of the matches. I thought he was brilliant. Fair play to him. Very critical of him, so well done. Keep that standard. Fofana, I thought he had a good game. Again, another one, didn't really have much to do, but he did everything that he needed to do when called upon. Caicedo, again, solid. I've already said it. Best centre mid in the Premier League at the moment. So, you know, just had a game which we expected to see from him. Enzo Fernandez, a very good game. Very good game. Well done. That's the standard I want to see week in, week out. If you play like that week in, week out, I will have no problem. No problem at all. I thought it was very good. João Felix, first start in the Premier League today. Again, another performer. I thought he done well today. Very well in the pocket. None of the fancy stuff that, you know, I think he tried a little flick early on, but I understood why he done it. So it's like, you know, he kept it clean today, man. I was happy with his performance. Palmer, he's just Cole Palmer, man. He's just so good. His football brain is just up there with the top in the Premier League. I'm not going to say he's the best player in the Premier League, but it's up there. You know what I'm saying? He's very, very, very intelligent as a footballer, and he's got the skill to back it up. There was a good chance where he played in, I think it was the Noni Madueke goal that got disallowed. Played a lovely ball into Cucurella. Cucurella squared it. Madueke finishes it, but Cucurella unfortunately was offside. So yeah, Cole Palmer had a good game. Noni Madueke, I thought he was all right. He's getting a lot of criticism online for some reason, which is a little bit funny. I don't know what people are expecting from him. He could have scored a goal. It was offside from Cucurella. He did miss an opportunity that he should have probably scored from the cross from Nico Jackson. That was unbelievable, by the way. What a cross that was. But again, I thought he done all right. He's very direct. He was beating what's his name, Richard. I can't remember his name, but their left back constantly throughout the game. He was giving him trouble. That's what you want from your wide player. You want him to get down the side, down the wing, beat his man, get the ball in the box, or cut in and shoot. And he done that throughout the game. So what more are people expecting from him? Obviously, they want to see G and A. I get that, but if he can bring that to his game, what are people complaining about? I mean, we can always go back to our wingers that used to go get the ball down the wing and pass it backwards. And how enjoyable was that? So I thought Madueke had a good game. I mean, the argument might be maybe someone else can come in and do a better job, like a Neto. Okay, I hear that argument. But yeah, I thought he had a good game. Nicholas Jackson, I thought he was superb today. That finish was absolutely ridiculous. It wasn't just the finish, it was how it led to the finish. The effort that he put in to win the ball, the touch away from the defender, and then the cheeky one on the outside of the boot that went straight in. Brilliant. I thought he had a really good game, and he put that cross in for Madueke. I was just like, yeah, there we go. Nico Jackson, here he is. Do you know what I mean? Now, the subs, do you know what? I can't even remember who came on. Sancho didn't really do much when he came on, didn't really have much time to do anything. We had Nkunku came on as well. Do you know what? I'm not going to be funny. I actually didn't think Nkunku come on and done well, if I'm honest with you. I thought he did a few things. I just thought, what are you doing? But I mean, maybe it's rust. I don't know. Lavia came on. I thought he did all right. But again, them three subs, Nkunku, Lavia, and Sancho, they come on in the 80th plus minutes, and Dewsbury Hall as well. So there wasn't really much that they could have done in that time frame. I mean, obviously Lavia gives away the penalty. I think it's harsh to blame him for that. Sorry, let me sip my red wine. I've earned it today. Yeah, I'm really into red wine at the moment. But yeah, so overall, very, very happy with the result. Very happy with the players that I normally moan about playing like they did today. I was very happy to see that, and we've got to take that momentum now. We go obviously in Europa League during the week, and then we play Villa at home. I think it is. Let me just get the fixtures up quickly. Yeah, Villa at home on Sunday, 1:30 kickoff. So I'll be doing a live stream for that, and we've got to keep up the momentum because we want to get these W's. We've got a good period of fixtures now that we could really get some points on the board and set ourselves in a good position for the league. Now, after today's result, that leaves us 1 point behind Manchester City, and they've got Liverpool away at Anfield next week. So if we can get a result against Villa, who knows? We could be 2 points ahead of Man City if they lose. If they draw, obviously we still go ahead of them as well. So interesting times. Now do you know what? I haven't even seen the results today. Let's have a look. So Arsenal 3-0. I did see little bits of the Arsenal game. I thought they did really well. To be fair, that was a much better performance from them. I only saw pretty much up to. I saw the Saka goal. I couldn't tell you what minute. I didn't like. Let's put it this way. I didn't see any of the second half. But what I saw in that first half, it looked like the Arsenal of last year, where they were really dominant, really pushing Forest, really giving it to them. Started really quick. Timber scored an offside goal. I thought they were really good today, Arsenal. And because Nottingham Forest, I'll be honest with you, I thought they were going to give them a little bit more trouble than that, but they dominated them. Villa managed to snatch a draw. I saw that they were behind twice. So 2-2. Who scored their last goal? Ross Barkley, yeah? Go on, the boy. So they've got a 2-2 and a draw. Palace struggling to get 3 points. It's becoming a problem. Brighton got a win against Bournemouth 2-1, and they had Belieber sent off. Who have Brighton got next? Because they're sniffing around top 4, aren't they? So let's click on Brighton quickly. Fixtures. Oh, Southampton at home. So yeah, that's a W if I haven't. You ever heard of one? That'll be a W. Southampton are fucking wank. Everton 0, Brentford 0. Norgard was sent off. Fulham 1. This one surprised me. Fulham 1, Wolves 4. Cunha scoring 2. Who else scored the others? Let's have a look. Gomez and Guedes, if I said that right. 4-1. Bloody hell, man. What a Fulham playing at. Wolves have been struggling all season. Well, Wolves needed that. Definitely needed that. That's a big win for them. And then the big one. Man City 0, Tottenham 4. Blimey. I haven't seen. Do you know what? I saw a replay of the Maddison goal. That was a great ball from Kulusevski, but Maddison got 2. Pedro Porro and Brennan Johnson. What are they playing at? Let me check this. What are the stats? 4-0 is a drumming at home, you know. Expected goals 2.51. Ball possession 58%. Manchester City 42. Goal attempts 23 from Man City, and they didn't convert any of them. Tottenham had 9 and converted 4. Madness. So it looks like they've just been. I mean, looking at these stats, it doesn't even look like. I mean, 19 free kicks for Tottenham. What has City been playing at today? I need to watch that later on Match of the Day. It might be on now, actually. But yeah, anyway, if you're watching, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. My subscribers are slowly going up. So if you could share and get my subscribers up, I'd love to be at like something like 50 at the end of the year or something. I know it's small, but we slow growth. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like, subscribe, share if you can. Get in the comments, follow me on my other socials. It'd be much appreciated. And stay tuned in. I've got some streams coming up for COD, Call of Duty. I've got some of them, some live streams coming up. Going to get a camera from my PlayStation so I can you can see my face and stream at the same time. I know you want to do that. And I'll probably do the COD campaign walkthrough. Looking at getting another game soon as well. But yeah, see you on the next one. Thank you.